Greetings everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Sonic the Hedgehog, and we are starting Spring Yard Zone. And this level lives up to its name. There are a whole bunch of springs everywhere, there are a bunch of bumpers that can make Sonic go all around. And think of it as a prototype Carnival Night casino type place, cause yeah, this is pretty much the basis of all casino type levels to come. So yeah. And poor Sonic. He always has to bounce around, getting hit with all sorts of springs and stuff, but I'm sure he's probably used to that stuff by now because, well, he likes curling up into a ball or something, because, yeah. Now, speaking of things that curl up into a ball, there's this, blue enemy that I just killed, and these roller enemies, well, they can really, ruin your day, especially if you're trying to collect the 50 rings needed to enter the giant ring so you can enter the special stages so you can get Chaos Emeralds. And these spike things right here, well, they can really mess up your day too. You just gotta slow down a bit. I'm sorry to say, but slowing down is the key if you want to keep all your rings, if you're going after the Chaos Emeralds, that is. Now, you don't have to get the Chaos Emeralds. I mean, you can skip them entirely. I mean, it doesn't really affect the ending that much, but let's just say it's more satisfying just to get all the Chaos Emeralds in this game. So, yeah. Alright. So, since this is just me going through Spring Yard and, secret area, it doesn't really lead you to any place. It's just, you know, there to collect some rings if you need some rings, so, yeah. Excuse me a moment, folks. I get some water there. I've been commentating for a while. I have to commentate over a few videos because I'll be going out of town this week, and I want to make sure I get enough videos uploaded to get my channel some new content while I'm out of town. I'm visiting some family for an early Christmas break, you know. 'Tis the season and all that stuff, because 'tis the season. You know, season for family and stuff, and, you know, I think the holiday season's kind of ruined with all this commercialism and stuff, but I'm going off topic, folks. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. So, yeah. Anyway, there's a secret pathway so you can get to the end easier, and bam! Alright, so Act 1's done, we enter the giant ring, and it's time to collect Chaos Emerald number 5. Now, folks, going through this one right here, I was a little nervous because there were times that I came close, very close to touching the goal, and oh boy, I was so nervous. Now, there are ways you can make this game a bit easier on yourself, you know? And there is this debug code that you can input on certain copies of Sonic the Hedgehog, and let me see here, hold on. Where's that code? Where are the codes? Alright, I know I just saw them. There you go. Cheat codes. Here we go. Now, let's see. There are 2 codes that you can use. The level select code. On the title screen, you can press up, down, left, and right, and then hold the A and press start. And yeah, that you can select the level, you can go to any level, you can go to the last level if you want to and beat the game quickly. And then there's Debug Mode. Now, at the title screen, you press up C, down C, left C, right C, or C, up, down, left, and right, and then hold A until the game starts. Now, this is for if you've played the Sega Genesis version of the game. And to be fair, I don't know how the code would work on different controllers these days. But I do know that the codes do not work on the Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network versions of the game, and they do not work on the Xbox 360 versions of the Sonic Generations copy of Sonic 1. So, yeah, if you're going to do the cheat codes, do it at your own risk. Now, there are cheat codes for the iOS and Android versions. Yeah, because this game was also released on those platforms as well. So yeah, there are cheat codes that you can do level select, you can get debug mode as well, and You can also get all the Chaos Emeralds. You can get Supersonic because, yeah, in the latest versions of Sonic 1, they've added, spoilers, a 7th Chaos Emerald. Yeah, in the original Sonic the Hedgehog, there are only 6 Chaos Emeralds. That's it. And with only 6 Chaos Emeralds, we cannot get access to Supersonic. That won't be until the next game where 7 Emeralds are first introduced. So, yeah. Again, in the latest versions of the game, you can get 7 Emeralds, which means you can get Supersonic, and, yeah. And also, in the latest versions of Sonic the Hedgehog, you can get other characters, like Tails and Knuckles. Yeah. And they too can get the 7 Chaos Emeralds and become Super. That's right, Tails can actually become Super in this game. They remember that Tails has Super form, and he doesn't need Super Emeralds to do so. So, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, good, extra life. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's also TV monitors that have Sonic's face on it that can give Sonic an extra life. Can't believe I forgot about that. That was weird. Okay. I'm surprised Sonic doesn't mind this. I mean, getting along, hitting these, pinball bumpers. Although the sound can get annoying after a while, I admit, you know. Alright, yeah, it's pretty much me going through the same exact thing, trying to make sure I still keep my 50 rings, because I still want that final Chaos Emerald, you know. I'm kind of a sucker for getting some things complete. I mean, again, the Chaos Emeralds in this game are not really that required. It's just, it's much more satisfying to complete it, you know? Alright. So, yeah. Recently, there's been this whole YouTube content ID claim thing that's been going on, and, well, I got blindsided by one of the... As I was saying, there was this whole ID copyright claim problem that's been going on recently about how a whole bunch of channels have been targeted for copyright IDs and stuff. And folks, to let you know, I've not been with one of those partner channels like Macamina, whatever the heck it's called, and I've always been with YouTube, so as far as I'm aware, my channel's not that affected. I'm still here. I still have all my videos uploaded. I'm still doing fine myself, so until someone decides to get rid of my channel and stuff, I'll still be posting videos of game footage, my comic reviews, and other reviews that I'm planning on doing next year. Hint, hint, hint. Future plans. Well, anyway, the last special stage was really easy. See, you're just right there, right at the barrier where the emerald is, and all you have to do is just weaken it, and bada bing, bada bang, we got it. We got all 6 Chaos Emeralds, which means we got the quote-unquote good ending. So all I have to do now is just stay alive, don't get a game over. Well, I have continues, but don't die too much, and yeah. I pretty much got this game won. Well, I still have a few more zones to go through, but yeah. Ow. Ugh. I gotta take my time. I mean, even though I don't have to collect 50 rings anymore, it doesn't mean I shouldn't be reckless. Ugh. And I definitely Now, let's see here. Let's see, what else should I have to talk about? Because it's just me going through the exact same thing over and over, you know? I mean, the level design, while it's innovative for its time, can get a little bit repetitive, you know? Things here, things there, stupid crab meat. And it can get pretty boring. I mean, that's because you're just watching this whole thing, you know? I mean, there's a difference between watching and playing it. I mean, when you're playing it, you're kind of focused on, you gotta get to the end, make sure you don't die, make sure you don't fall into traps like this. Oh, get out. Let me out. One out. No. Oh, no. Let me out. Get me out. Oh, okay. 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 Take your time, Sonic. You have to actually go a little slow. Oh, boy. That was nuts. Alright. Now, this game, this game has its charm. You know, it's been ported multiple times, and yeah. However, people seem to have this hatred for Sonic Genesis, the Game Boy Advance port, and to be fair, I happen to agree with them. I mean, one time I had a port of the game, and let's just say I sold it back to GameStop as soon as possible, because yeah. I mean, the screen crunch to slow down the music. Now, I'm sure there's some people who say, oh, it's not that bad of a game. Well, I respect your opinion. I just don't like the game myself. Sorry again, folks. I've taken some water because my throat's getting a bit sore. I should really take a break after this, but so yeah, again, Sonic Genesis, not everyone's cup of tea, not my cup of tea, not certain reviewers that I've watched online's cup of tea. It's just, yeah, avoid at all costs. Although, watching some people actually play the game, it's very entertaining how they have to suffer through that whole thing. See all the rage and frustration, you know? It is kind of entertaining, you know? Alright. And one of the things that Sonic Genesis adds is the spin dash, which can really break a game, you know? Although I have to admit, the latest versions of the original Sonic the Hedgehog do have the option to use the spin dash if you want to, so yeah. I mean, the latest version that's released is for the 3DS, so... but it's currently out in Japan, as of this recording. Who knows? Perhaps by the time, well, sometime in the future, we can get a Western release and enjoy this 3DS version of Sonic the Hedgehog ourselves. Who knows? So yeah. Anyway, here we are. We have this Eggman Boss, and what he does is he'll use a spike at the bottom of his ship to pull these blocks out. And we have to make sure we take him out before he pulls out all the blocks, or else, well, Sonic is screwed, because, yeah, that's bottomless pit territory right there. And you can also screw yourself over if you allow Eggman to take certain blocks that prevent Sonic from jumping from certain places, because even though we may beat Eggman, if platforms are too wide, Sonic may not make it to the next platform and fall to his doom and have to start the boss fight over again, which sucks. So, yeah. Run, pigs! Fall to your doom because there's no pit over there. So do you think Sonic's doing more harm than good by releasing these animals into hazardous areas? I mean, there's the lava and the seals from the last zone, and then there's bottomless pit territory, but who knows? And here we go. Here we go. Here we are. Labyrinth Zone. Now, seals in the water, it makes sense, you know? But Labyrinth Zone, everybody's least favorite zone of the game. Now, I'm sure there are some people out there who actually enjoy this zone, and yeah. Anyway, this zone is infamous for being too slow, for its underwater gimmicks, for the burrow bots that happen to pop out at the most inconvenient places, that make you lose rings and blindside you, and, you know, yeah. So, yeah, it was apparently Yuji Naka's idea to have Sonic not swim because of this idea that hedgehogs cannot swim, which, I've heard somewhere that's not true. I mean, hedgehogs can swim, from what I've heard. I mean, yeah. But thankfully, there are abundant of air bubbles everywhere, and just make sure you get the big one that pops out, because, yeah. Because we don't want Sonic to drown, right? Alright, air bubble. Come on. Whew, that was close. And when Sonic is getting close to drowning, the infamous drowning music will appear, or pop up, or be heard. And we have a countdown of 5 seconds, and we have to get to some air bubbles, or get out of the water, or else Sonic will drown and he will lose a life. Oh, how fun. And in addition to, well, Labyrinth Zone's, well, watery gimmick, we have platforming sections that can, well, really screw you over. There are puzzles that we have to solve by pressing switches in order to gain access to other areas. And, again, the burrow bots. And not just burrow bots, there are other badniks that can really mess up your day. I mean, there are Orbinauts in this area. I believe this is the first appearance of the Orbinauts that we, love so much. And, and this can be troubling, because you can actually get crushed on the spikes because it causes, because the moving platforms plus, getting into contact with the sharp spikes equals, well, crushing death. And, now, it's all about timing here, folks, and you're thinking, oh god, this is so freaking slow. Why is this, shouldn't Sonic be moving fast? Again, this is the first game, and I know I'm sounding like a broken record at this point. Sonic doesn't get his refined speed until, well, Sonic 2. I mean, sure, there are places where Sonic can move fast, but, yeah. You have to be real careful here. I mean, this is another gimmick that I don't like. The moving spikes, that move back and forth, trying to stab Sonic and making his life all miserable and stuff. And, see what I mean? Again, make sure you try and grab any rings you can if you lose them, because rings are your lifesaver more than ever in this level. And of course, we have these cork things that are there for some reason. I don't know why. You know what, folks? This level can also, well, all the acts can run a bit long too, and this is why I'm only going to be showing off Act 1 in this video. In Part 3, I'll be showing off Acts 2 and 3, and I'll start another level. So there's that. The Burrow Bots. Again! I hate you, Burrow Bots. You're stupid. Okay, don't worry, I'm almost done. Video's almost over. I just need to get some air to make sure I don't drown, because... Dude! Stupid spear! And folks, I kid you not, I have died numerous times practicing for this playthrough. At this stage alone. It's like... But, folks, we'll continue this madness in Part 3.